Well, see here, Gwen, it's because the argument itself, if you actually look at it for what it is based not on actual number size, but is based on scope and relevance of how quickly I'd like to play. Let me elucidate you for a moment, if I may be allowed to do so. I'm doing it anyways. Siege is dead because it had 80k concurrent. Siege is a PvP game. 5 on 5, 10 people at a time. How many times am I going to throw matches that then get reviewed, potentially bought on camera by Jinxie, where someone, just like this post that I wrote last night about the finals, happens to get the score that happens to have? Let me go ahead to it and not waste our time. When I make this tweet right here, where I said, when people said the finals is a big disappointment in gaming this decade, gameplay 10 years ahead of its time, limitless potential, everybody loves this game, and yet for some reason sooner or later every player reaches the moment where they have their last game and their last dance and they choose to leave it and move on to the next thing that'll hold their attention. It's because I'm not going to pump 300 hours into a game where nobody fucking leads or follows, because everybody wants to quote play their game despite the fact that we're in the same fucking lobby and we're all playing the same game. We just happen to play the part of the game that is in our control that we can play with. In MOBAs, this makes perfect sense when a person says, quote, play your game. However, it's still retarded and not an argument there. But here's the problem, right? All of this gameplay, all of this gunplay, all of the activity, and the fact that this is safe for China doesn't remove from the fact that this video game is full of egotistical egomaniacs. Who will, when you call them on the fact of, use your microphone, I can't predict where you're going to be, I can't assume what you're thinking, use your microphone. They will then have the audacity to get angry, go to your stream, and try to stream snipe you, and do it expeditiously because they're trying to farm for content, which is the number one problem when we're talking about video games that are played PvM versus PvP. I do not, myself, or anyone else included, want to deal with the attitude of people when I'm putting up my own fucking content and doing the thing that I'm focused on, which is learning the video game. I do not want to take the time where if I'm demonstrating a point for people who are clients that pay me money, or for my own entertainment, that when I discover new video games and I get to experience new video games and the ins and outs of those games and all the other shit with it, I do not want to put up matches after matches after matches after matches after matches after matches after matches within a time period, and it's the same fucking bullshit every single time. I don't want to deal with that. You don't want to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with that. So, realistically speaking, if we're being serious, that makes sense. It's just the problem that they're not using what they actually try and use as the scope to mitigate what they're trying to, analyze. But that's beyond saying, right? Argumentative amongst a bunch of shit. However, when you then move to Helldivers 2 is the most popular game in the world because it has 40k concurrent. Remember for the fact that actually we're talking about Steam numbers. Steam numbers is not the entirety of the world. It is just more than likely the PC marketplace. So, for argument's sake, let's do the test right now. Let's go to Steam database. Let's risk and piss on the shit that is the corpse of Highguard. And then let's just look at the actual total of what we got here. Taking the context that we are looking at PC numbers when we're looking at these numbers. 55k players plus whatever the other platforms have as well is the actual amount of Helldivers that are active in the game, playing on any one particular planet at any one time. We are looking at a frequent wave that shows the health of a status peak. Now, let's stretch out for 3 years. Remember where we started from with the release, where we went to during Buff Divers, where we were during Escalation of Freedom, then when it went into Omens of Tyranny, then into Heart of Democracy, then into Story Arc 5 that then produced us into the Unjust, as well as the March Towards Cyberstan for, as many would call it, moderators of oppression, but rather machinery or engine of oppression, whatever the fuck the expansion is currently called right now. The numbers show the excitement peak, and then where people start falling off. So, if we look in terms of months, here's where we were on the march towards Cyberstand in February. Then, look at where we are now. The arc happened, we failed, we're finding, we have people who are leaving the game because they're getting angry at the fact that Arrowhead dropped the ball when it came to dealing with the trolls, antagonizing that one guy from the Horse Sanctuary over $1,000 charity donation. We're learning that they don't actually make their own content. Almost everything they're doing, that if it's not some specific things done in-house or being delivered by other delivery firms. Shout out to my nigga Fineer. And we're talking about people dropping off saying, bro, it's cooled down, I don't see the excitement right now, but if you play, that's cool, I'm gonna go play something else. That's what's happening right here. This is, I'm gonna go play something else. Something else took my attention span. What games currently came out that are holding people's attention? Oh, I know. You got Helldivers being turned off of. You've got Marathon being turned off of. You've got Arc Raiders being turned off of. Because we've got Eugenics. Because there are people trying to hype up some bullshit called Time Takers. Don't see where that's coming from. You've got a bunch of people looking forward to some video games that are coming out soon. You've got people trashing on Ex-Voto. You've got people distracted by the Marathon bullshit. Alongside Eugenics, you also have Slay the Spire, whose numbers do nothing but continue to climb. For relevancy here, look none further but here. And you're talking about attention being sent to places where we're talking about multiplayer experience versus single-player experience and the enjoyment that the person is getting involved in. Because the number one question here is, are you going to spend your time doing it? That's the number one question we're talking about, okay? That's the number one question. Are you going to take your time doing it? Are you going to take your time doing it, and are you going to play consistently? Is this something that you give a shit about? Is this something that you care about? If argumentatively this is something that you want to do and it's something that you care about, then it is in case the fact that niggas will do this. Niggas will speak on this. Okay? Simple. It's very simple. It seems like it's a lot of talking with bluster. No, it's very simple. Does this game make me want to play it? No, I'm going to go play something that's not going to waste my time and take me hours to get into lobby for, so that the urge doesn't leave. Is game addictive? Yes. Game keeps me in cycle. Play something else better, etc. Bring ourselves back to the same conclusion. And then we continue forward. The finals is respectably niche because it has 20k. Considering what I just said about the finals, assuming that all of the tourists left and all of the people like myself who would have been veterans that would have given it a chance are the ones that remained, and that's who's in the competitive scene, and we already know that some of the top grapes like Piggy already moved on Deadlocked. Let's Do It fucking hates the competitive scene, the people that are in it. Yes, that is actually good. That is a niche game that doesn't require that much time because it is actually faster, arcade-like shooter concepts. You literally just shoot people. The same way that in Eternal Return as a battle royale, even though it's an anime aesthetic, it plays somehow like League, it is not League. It is a video game where you go and you kill people. You don't need to push objectives, you kill people. You don't need to be doing any of that extra bullshit that happens in a MOBA setup. You just kill people. That is what it does. There's elements to it that require techniques and skill pick, and if you have never seen that game, might I be able to encourage you all, if you feel like it, that you go try Eternal Return. It is free on Steam. Costs $0 and 0 cents. $0, 0 cents. If you haven't tried it, if you have never seen it, Eternal Return, free on Steam. Regardless, at the end of the day, that is how that works. So, when you then say things like, Marathon is dead because that's 55k concurrent, it's not dead, it's dying. It will die. Because they don't have good content. The art aesthetic is an eyesore. They tried to nickel and dime people for money, and they got caught, and they had to walk it back. They're trying to tell people to hold their reviews for the game, because you've got a bunch of people that are currently having entire antagonistic events talking about the content and the drama in the cycle of it being discussed. And then ultimately, these people aren't able to actually make their minds up because they're using all of these unfair standards, which I do agree with you, it is stupid, but there is logic behind it. Unfortunately, this is not a game journalism problem. When you say, I'm pleased to announce the Game Journalism Award to Bikini Bodhi. No, this is not a game journalism problem. It is not an anti-woke or anti-woke problem. It's a niggas are lazy problem. That's what it is. Consider the people who are talking about it. Ask yourself a question. Why aren't they playing the games? The short answer, the real answer to that situation, because this is a clip pod. You're getting Carl posted. And yes, this will be up on my YouTube in case you're bored enough to actually go watch it. And everybody else can leave the comments about it. Leave me your opinions. Let's see who watched all the way up to the end here. If you watched all the way to the end here, type guacamole nigga penis in the comment section. The real answer here to that question of why are they sitting here talking about the games instead of playing them is because they would rather talk about the drama to try and get clicks quickly than actually discuss the content inside the games integrally. They don't want to talk about Siege because Rainbow Six Siege is a bad game. It is dead. It is dead because it is past its time. It's past its prime. It's not exciting to be a part of. It's not exciting to be in. Helldivers 2? It's popular because of the fact that it's a PvP game that alongside Marathon and also Arc Raiders and other people that get angry at other people playing PvP games will say, bro, if you just want a PvE experience, don't play Helldivers. It's a game that you can jump onto with a 4-man lobby co-op system and have fun. Fun is relative, but fun, right? Same argument exists for the finals and for Marathon and the other game you want to play. People's mindsets on numbers are based on the PC marketplace that comes from a perspective where they speak about things that they're not participating in. They like to use the numbers because they want to be a part of the fucking argument. They want to be in the hoopla. They want to be on the bandwagon. But unfortunately, their name isn't Mark Kern. So when they say this game is dead and you're welcome, gamers, it doesn't ring anything. It rings fucking hollow. It rings fucking retarded because they aren't actually participating in the content. They have demonstrated themselves more interested in the drama than in the material. And that's why, example, you have more comments, you have less comments, and you have more retweets and possibly even people responding to you on your tweet, and also bookmarks, than there are people trying to trying to comment here. Because everybody's seen various versions of this. And literally, an example here, right here, featuring Jay Viper's tweets, exactly what I'm talking about. Every single time that I have responded about a single person, and I have raised the pot, where it's now at $200 for a person to justify to me why they're going on this anti-woke screed, none of them are playing the game, but they're talking about the games. Which is bizarre to me. It's bizarre to me. It's bizarre to other people who have names and other check marks as well, but it's bizarre because no accountability is being taken. Zero accountability is being taken. They say things that they don't extrapolate, and then they say, well, you'd know if you were a part of the scene, and it's like, but did you play the game? Did you try playing the game? Did you try learning the game? They can't do it. They jump on when they see a bandwagon, and he says, oh my god, I can't believe that Slay the Spire 2's modding Marathon. Here comes Jay Viper saying, I've never heard of you, but now I support your content. Why? Because drama. It doesn't make common sense. It's worse than haters. It's Dickriders. See, a hater's job is to hate. They're gonna hate shit, and they're gonna go do the thing that they want to do while they're hating on the shit. And really, the question you ask there is, nigga, how you gonna hate when you can't even get in the club? But Dickriders? Dickriders don't pay money. Dickriders don't pay interest. Dickriders don't build community. Dickriders don't build communion. Dickriders don't build fucking coalitions. They just yap. And yapping ass niggas that don't create content for shit is noise. They're white noise. And because of the white noise, people don't know what up is. They don't know that up is down and down is up. They don't know that up is up and down is down. Because all they know is, but look at how bad they're playing the game. Did you play the game yourself? Well, no, but I say the game is bad. It's like, did you try playing it yourself? Well, you see, I heard from Smashed 18, and that shit's freaking stupid. Now, mind you, in the case of most of these games that I've covered, that I've talked about, because I've been talking about it since like forever, but not really forever, but the drama cycle as it started up this month with Marathon. I didn't play Marathon personally, but I've already played games like it. I know how it goes. I know how it works. I play Once Human frequently, and they are the exact same thing. They want the opportunity to get in on the drama because they see the opportunities that come from talking about it. The same way that it would come from playing it, they want to get the opportunities just by talking about it. It's like imagine that these niggas are saying, Lord, I saw what you did for the burnt peanut and I want you to do that for me. But the only thing they have to offer is Ragebait. So they just keep rage baiting about this topic because that gets clicks. They think that the likes will correspond into clicks, and they do not. They don't make content of any damn. They don't have any drama going about themselves that is any interest of any content of any damn. And they don't have the ability to do what I just did on camera for 15 minutes and 14 seconds. So it's like, if y'all niggas aren't going to actually tell me what's good, and you won't show me something that's good, what the fuck are we doing? Makes sense to me. Doesn't it make sense to you? Anyways, that's my explanation. Not trying to antagonize you. I'm just telling you what it is, how it is, from a nigga's perspective. Now, if you excuse me, I need to start brushing my hair because I need to go on camera. And if you find me where you can find me live probably today doing my Yap In number 42. Alright, people, I'll see y'all literally in like 10 minutes. Bye-bye.